the paranormal war room, the legends arise. We're diving deep down where the truth never lies. Diving deep down where the truth never lies. Unravel the mysteries, let the stories unfold. This beat, these tales are daring and bold.
Heard of the Sally House
I have. Yep.
in Atchison, Kansas? But I had this policeman. He was from South Pittsburgh, and he went with us up there, and he didn't go hunt for 6 months after that. Or what took place that night? We walked in, the lady was showing us the house. So we rented it for 2 nights. She just wanted to show us around. We started turning to go up the steps, and all of a sudden, a mattress flew up and blocked the door.
Seriously.
Oh, seriously, no lie. I wouldn't lie to you. And I walked up there and I just kicked that thing off. I kicked that across that room. I said, "Not today, boy." I said, "You've got Gouge in the house." I said, but what got worse was later that night. He started just breaking down and crying. And we couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. And we were sitting there doing an EVP session, and all of a sudden he started burning. And we raised his shirt up, and he was bleeding. It was like just threes, just claw marks, like the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the Trinity. And then
Dang.
like demons do. And he was just, hey, that boy's never been the same. Don't know if he's ever ghost hunted again after that. But I know that he didn't go with us for 6 months, and he was never the same when he did come back. That's a pretty evil place right there.
Well, what is the Sally House? Where's it at?
It's in Atchison, Kansas. It's
Okay.
a little white house. There's supposedly supposed to be a little girl there. There was a doctor, and they did an operation on her, and they shouldn't have done an operation on her, and she died. And they say that's Sally, which I'm not no stupid. It's not Sally. That old house is nothing but demonic. There's no Sally. There's no little Sally there. That's nothing but freaking demons in that house. It's bad. You need to go take a trip there one time.
Sally's not here.
Yeah, it'll knock your socks off. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a wild, wild place. But I'm gonna be honest with you. South Pittsburgh is probably. I'm just gonna tell you that place is. I had a friend, a paranormal guy, who died from there, and I know what happened to him. That's a bad place. I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't make no mistake about it. You might go down there one night and it'd be fine. You go back the next night, all hell's fixing to break loose. I got picked up and threw through the wall. I got the picture of what threw me to the wall. If I could sit here and show it to you on my phone, I would. I've got it.
I'd like to see that. You ought to send it to me one time. Maybe I can put it on the recording somehow one of these days.
Mhm.
When
I'll send that to you here the next day or two, and you blow. And I can tell you, I watched a movie the other night. It's about some kind of serial killer. In that movie, that demon that picked me up and threw me, its image is in that movie in the shadows 2 or 3 times. And Cade was sitting there. Cade says, "There's what," because he's seen that picture. He said, "There's what thrown you." I said, "Sure was. Looks just like it." Now, why they come up with that image, I don't know. But I've got it on my phone, and the cameras took it, and it was the real McCoy. I had to get shots in my back.
really?
It threw me about 12, 15 feet head first, right through the freaking wall. Of course, I got up mad, and my buddy with me said, "Oh, good, oh, he said, "Gouge, just come here. You got to see what just happened. See what I got on film here. You don't want to just back away." And when I seen what it was, I said, "All right." I said, "This is out of my league here." So I'm gonna back on down then. But now, of course, I've been to other places, but Bobby Mackey's was a good place, but they just tore it down. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And if you watch Ghost Adventures, Bobby Mackey's was a scary place, man. I don't know that I would have went in that place during the daytime.
No. Let me. It's very haunted. There's a lot of activity there. I mean, if you're not a ghost hunter, would you want to be there by yourself? Probably not at night. But what I seen more than anything there was shadow figures. I've never seen so many shadow figures in my entire life in that place.
Where's that place at you're talking about?
It's right across the Tennessee-Kentucky line. As far as I'm trying to think of the town.
Bobby Mackey's is?
Yes, around the railroad tracks there. Of course, they just bulldozed it. I watched it there. They took the whole thing down.
Why'd they do that?
I guess somebody bought it and decided to tear it down.
It's haunted, Core Kids. You've been listening?
But man, they could have made a fortune just over, renting it out to paranormal people going in there and ghost hunting.
They did. They were groups that went there all the time.
Yeah.
Right, but some of them people on TV, I don't think they're really trying to find anything.
Well, let me tell you about that. I had my Tennessee taboo, and that's the reason I got out of it. Me and that, the big gay guy that kissed me on the cheek. We all know about that story.
Yeah, he kissed you all right. Huh?
Right there on the cheek, right there. And I
Not on the
for it.
face cheek either.
But let me tell you something.
One of them I'll take.
They want you to lie if you can't find something, and I'm not gonna lie, because once you get caught lying, your credibility is gone. So I said, no, this ain't for me no more. I'm not gonna do this. I bailed out of that. I said, I'm not gonna make up something. If it don't happen, I'm gonna say no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, because I think that they would much rather do that, what you're talking about, than actually find something, because then, hey, now we might be in something over our head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well they do.
Which
I'm
sure there's people out there that really know what they're doing. I just don't know that the top 1% has a show on TV every Friday doing it.
Those Zach Bagans, let me tell you something. That guy,
Do you think he's for real? Do you think he's fake?
he was for real at one time. Zach Bagans was as real and as good as ghost hunter you'll ever find on the face of this earth. Then the money come in. Then he started getting more fame and more fame and more fame, and it changed him. And some of his team dropped off. They wasn't with him no more. But as knowledge wise, he knows as much about it as anybody. It's just now, it's all show to him now.
Well, here's the thing about Zach Bagans, and it goes on with what you're talking about. If he was real before, I have a hard time believing that he is now, because he gets possessed in like every episode that he's in. Like
Every
you can't
episode.
that dude's been possessed more times than Linda Blair.
Yeah, that's all show. That's all show for his TV shows and things. But I know him way long ago, and he was not like that. When he was new getting started into this stuff, I'm telling you, he really was good. But the fame got to him, and he wanted that money.
Well, you got to keep coming out with material that people's gonna watch. Ain't nobody gonna watch a whole season of ghost hunting show with people just sitting there and nothing happening. Because that's not exciting. You got to keep them. You got to keep them hooked. Just like what Travis said, you got to keep stuff happening. So if you have to invent stuff at this point, to because that's your paycheck.
Yeah.
If they cancel your show, you ain't got no more paycheck. So you have to start inventing something after a while, because I've been on ghost hunts before, and everybody's told me the same thing. About 90% of the time, it's you sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because listen, if I start getting skinny because we don't find something, I'm lying my ass off. Daddy got to eat.
Yeah, right.
So I gotta get paid.
On me and run through the house screaming.
It's the same thing with the Tennessee rape chasers. They I've hunted with them. They're good. They know what they're doing. But then here come fame in. And then they go to these places and they'd pay them just to show up, to talk to people. Then they hear their TV shows. They had to come up with stuff. Because trust me, I can go to a haunted house right now. We can all go in there. We might not see nothing all night long. We might go there tomorrow night and all hell breaks loose. And it's
I'm pretty sure that's why God made me broke when I was born, because money changed the hell out of me.
I 100% believe it's all demonic now. My views have changed a whole lot since I started hunting.
What changed?
I believe I researched in the Bible
Yeah.
I have talked to other people, things that I have witnessed and things that I have seen. I really think it's all demonic. I really do. We still do it. I go to people's houses. I run into a bad house in Athens a while back, but and it was 100% demonic possession there.
Larry, when you first got into it, did you think it was because when I was a kid, and even probably up until like recent, I mean, I was real, like really hardcore believing that it was ghosts, and but then I got like you, I started thinking it was. I started looking at like the religious stuff of it, and I said, well, maybe it's just demonic stuff because if we die, I mean, we're going to another place.
Yeah, you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah. So when did you turn into thinking, okay, it's not ghost, it's actually demonic? What was that swing for you?
Something started dealing with me. It was God. Something started dealing with me. Told me to research more, and I did. Prayed about it, and when you see these little girls and little boys talking to people, and you walk in there, and these people say, "Well, I'm talking to little Sally here or little Johnny here," and you say, "Can I say something to them?" And you go, "I know who you are, Lucifer. It's over. It shuts down. It's quiet. It's done." And then people are saying, "Now it won't talk. You scared it off." I said, "It's because I just called it out. You're talking to a freaking demon sitting there." And I've done that. I said, "You're talking to a demon. It's not no little girl. It's not no little boy." Over at that graveyard over there where I took you that time, Forky, I
Yeah,
got a good picture of a little girl standing there, and her eyes are just blacker and cold, standing right there beside the car.
yeah.
And I've got a good picture. That was a demon. It's just like my psychic friends. They get mad at me now. I told them, I said, "Listen, man, you're being tricked." I said, you're good at what you do, but I said that demon already knows what you want to hear. That demon already knows what you're trying to say. I said, that demon knows as much about you as an angel does. I said, that demon's going to play on you and make you think that what you're saying and what you're doing is the real thing, and it's not. Uh, People say, well, these good ghosts, well, anybody's got a ghost in their house, usually it'll drain you, it'll drain your spirit. I mean, it'll suck you dry if there's a powerful one in there. But there's different levels of demons. I'm just telling you, there's different. You get somebody possession, you would know. Some of these people get demon possession, and I've been there.
Well, there
Some
were
of these
different
things,
there were different ranks of angels, so of
yeah,
course there's going to be different ranks of the demons, you know.
some of these demons is a whole lot meaner than some of these demons. I'm telling you right now, there's a whole different animal. That's why, you know. And here's the thing: the demons, Satan holds your body when you die. That's a known fact. That body's his. The soul's don't. The body's his. You know, I mean, he can make a ghost. He can make a ghost look just like you. Walk into the house. Here comes Corky. You know, and he's a bit more Corky than Corky's gone. But you know,
But
here
you know
that
what would be terrible for that demon is when we saw him and we started making fun of him, man. He'd be, please send me back to hell. This ain't worth it.
You'd be like, "Demon, have you seen this movie?"
well, you've got these people say, well, this ghost is nice. It's talking to me. It leaves good EVPs. It's trying to be your friend. It's trying to be your friend. It's sucking you in deeper and
And that's
deeper.
something that a lot of people, including myself, because I remember growing up, me and the guys would always go on like these little ghost hunt adventures and stuff like that. But hell, we didn't really know what we were doing when we were playing with Ouija boards and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Don't
No,
mess with Ouija boards. No, stay away from Ouija boards.
yeah, we know now.
Hey, they've got a board out now. Have you seen it?
No,
It's some kind of Christian board, and it's where you can communicate with Jesus.
what?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
stay away from that board.
Say what? I've seen that.
You're not communicating with Jesus. I promise you. Jesus
No,
don't have to, Jesus don't have to come to no board to talk to you. And
crazy.
yeah, it's a new board out. It's like a Christian board, and you can talk to Jesus and Moses and people. You know, yeah,
That is
that's
insane.
stay away from that board too. You don't want that board.
I mean, is it getting that bad in heaven? They got a slum to our level to talk to some kids that's between 8 and 12 for Milton Bradley. Is that what's
Yeah,
going on here?
Yeah, they're getting bored.
Man, I'm tired of these golden streets. Let's go talk to Andy in Inglewood.
Yeah. I wonder what little Ricky's doing down there in Etowah, you know?
Let's see what's going on with him. I don't know. It's
But I had listened to an exorcist. There's this guy that I've been listening to. He's a exorcist. He's like a priest or whatever.
what's his
He
name?
was talking about how I don't remember. It's on Facebook. They've been using.
Is it Bishop Long?
I don't know. I think he's from like.
he's a-
I think he's from like Philadelphia.
I bet
Yeah.
it's Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm friends with him. It's Bishop Long. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He was talking about how everything has gotten like increased lately. Why do you think that is?
Because we're getting to the end of times. The devil's fighting harder and harder and harder, and it's just, and right now the world is going so crazy now. People accept it in. They don't care now, so he ain't got to hide it no more. He just stepping right out and let you know, hey, you know. And that's why you're seeing more. And I believe portals. I really believe there's portals. I believe they're getting opened up more and more. I don't have a reason why they're being opened up more, but they are. I just think it's getting to the end of times, and Satan knows it, and he's doing everything he can to trick people and throw his stuff out there, and that's what I think he's doing, and that's what I think's going on.
I'm going to tell you something that happened to me yesterday, and it scared me. Of course, you know, when I get home, it's silent in the house, you know. And I was taking a nap in my bedroom. I swear to God, I swear on my kid, I heard somebody snoring lightly in my bedroom, and I'm just laying there going, "Okay." What is?
And that was right in the middle of the day too, right? It wasn't.
Yeah, it was like at 2:30. I'm just kind of like laying across the bed,
That's
just
what
relaxing.
I'm saying. Demons will trick you like it. That you'll hear somebody call your name.
Yes, I've heard that.
And you say, that's my long lost dad or mom or something. No, it's not either. I promise you that ain't them hollering at you, or you'll see something at the corner of your eye walk by. I see stuff in this house all the time walk by out the corner of my eye. I just don't acknowledge it. Just whatever. Because it ain't that some places is worse, and they call it homes because bad things happen there. Nobody has a reason or knows why that demon is there more than it is, but they seem to hang out and make these things more haunted than they are. But you can make your house as haunted as anything. Just throw you a Ouija board out there and start playing with it and watch what happens here maybe in a few months. And you got a demon running around your house.
Shoot, it won't take a few months.
So let me ask you this.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it can happen just that same night. And I've seen sometimes it takes a couple of months, a few months, then it starts happening.
So let me ask you this. I mean, we talk about demons and stuff like that because I'm a huge believer in that. But on the B side of that, how many angels do you think are around?
I think there's angels everywhere. I think they're with us every
I
day.
do too.
And could an angel talk to you? Yeah. Could an angel do something? It make it paranormal like to? Well, sure it could. So could angels be talking to you sometimes? Possibly.
Only when I reply back in text, fellas.
Hey, that's how I get it.
Right.
You know,
I'm an angel.
Travis.
I don't think angels are in these haunted houses waiting on you to come in there and look for one. That ain't angels.
They're in there playing cards.
Yeah, no, angel ain't that. They don't work that way either. They're not gonna say, well, we're gonna go in here. We're either gonna talk to an angel or we're gonna talk to a demon. And listen, none of us gonna know till we die. Could they be ghosts? You know, I think it's all. Regardless, I think it's all demon. Here's what I used to always think. You had the people went to heaven. Then you had the people that went to hell. And I may be on to something here. And you had these people that went to hell. And Satan don't have their body, but he's got their soul right then. They're in hell. He's got it until Judgment Day. It's there. I used to believe, and I still am not completely away from it yet. And I'll tell you why. They've got because everybody goes to hell. It's not mean. If you don't accept Jesus, you go to hell. everybody that goes to hell's not mean. So you may see this one ghost that maybe he's being nice, but regardless, it's controlled by a demon because that soul went to heaven. And that's what and I'm gonna tell you why. I was at a place and it was a psychic meeting night. Chip Coffee, you know Chip Coffee? He's one of the biggest ones in the world. And we heard screaming, we heard hollering, we heard tables breaking. And I said, "What in the world?" Chip goes, "Let me tell you what that is." I said, "Tell me." He said, "That's the demons beating down the lost souls that encounter this place, and they don't want them talking to us tonight. And they're hurting them. They're making them more pain than they already are." And that's what he told me, and it all makes sense. What I was hearing is all that. Could that be a possibility? Now, if you die, you're saved, you're gone, buddy. You ain't gonna be here. But if you're dead and your soul's not in heaven, could Satan use? Could the demons use you to make your spirit talk to people, or let you haunt places or things like that? That's a huge possibility, and that's what I used to believe. Am I completely away from that theory yet? No, I'm not, because I've just seen things that it just don't make sense. Because everybody that goes to hell's not mean, and some of these ghosts has not been mean, even though they've had chances to be mean, and I wasn't planning on going back. So why were they still good to me, knowing I wasn't going to come back there again? So I don't know. It's something to think about. But either way, it's all demonic. Either the demons are controlling them, or it's all demon. It's either way you're fooling with it's all demonic. So
Right.
either way you look at that, it's still controlled by Satan. So there's nothing that it is what it is.
So what do you
But
Right.
think? Yeah, what do you think it is with paranormal? Like, we talk about Zach Bagans, yourself and people like that. What do you think the attraction is to going out and doing this type of stuff? What do you think it is?
just it's you talk about why you want to do it, just the draw to it.
Yeah, what is the draw to it?
It's it's a rush. It's a rush because you you're talking to something or you're seeing something that you just don't see. And when I've got all kinds of video proof, I've got photography, I've got video, recordings, I've got everything, and I can't hardly talk tonight, but it's the thrill of, well, am I going to get slung through this wall tonight? What am I going to see tonight? Am I going to hear Get Out? Or
It's like
it's the
wrestling.
thrill.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to do. It's the thrill. Oh, good, I'm getting to go to the Sally House, or I'm getting to go to uh, uh, the South Pittsburgh Hospital, or Waverly, or Brushy Mountain. Good, I get to go there. Let's see what we can get, the evidence we can get. And it's just it's like a rush.
So
It's like
it has never gotten old for you, has it?
Do what?
I said it's never gotten old for you. Like, it's still a new thing every time you go out.
Oh, it's always do.
Yeah.
Everything. It's like going deer hunting or,
Yeah.
or fishing. It's every time you go, it's different. Now you might run into that same entity every time you go at that one area, but every time you go, it's different. And it's just, I don't do it like I used to because now you're fiddling with a lot of demonic entities, and I don't want to bring it home with me anymore. But I still go. I still do it. I go to people's houses all the time. Corky won't let me come to his house.
No, because I still got to live here right now. When I move out, you're coming over the last day I'm here.
I tend to make them all mad. I really do.
Yeah.
I make them mad. Like I win a referee, I just piss them off. And,
Well,
and that's why I got thrown to the wild, because I think that was my fault.
well, here's my next question for you, Larry, and whether we want to call these things demons or whatever, but we're my go-to word is ghost, and then and that can mean demon or whatever, paranormal entity, whatever we want to call it, but I just refer to it as ghost. But
garden gnomes.
yeah, whatever you want to call them, but you said it was kind of like going deer hunting and stuff like that. So tell us about any kind of like specific method you use or any kind of protocols you use during an investigation to make sure you get some good results. Is there a certain way you go about it?
Well, we've got video recorders we set up. We got these lasers. We've got the heat. What do you call them? The heat sets. What do you call them, Travis?
Fred,
Yeah,
Thermal.
thermal. Very expensive equipment. We've got those, and the one of the best methods here lately is the one my tech man has it. I've never used it, but he uses it. Uh, and what it is, you got a computer, and it will show the spirit in a stick man form. And we've tested it out. And you said, hey, reach over there and grab that, and or touch that. And you'll see it reach out and touch it. And I mean, that thing's phenomenal. I forgot what we call that. He used it, and I go along with it. But K2 meters never fail. K2 meter will never fail you. But I'm going to tell you right now, I fella, I sold a bunch of my equipment a while back. I still got a bunch, but I sold it. I'm going to tell you why. You don't need it. Go into a place, just go into a room by yourself. Let Corky go in a room over here. Travis can go down here by himself. We all got walkie talkies and things. Take your cell phone, take your K2 meter, and just sit there. That cell phone, take pictures, 3s and 5s. If it shows up one time, you got something. If it shows up every frame, boom, 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 you ain't got nothing. But say you take 3 shots and it's in one of them, or you take 5 and it's in one of them, you got something. And record and play back your record. Take your recorder and play back. And the best recorder, I'm just telling you now, is the old timey cassette recorder that you push. Them are the best. That's the holy grail of recording to catching spirits to talk.
I told you about that EVP I got at Mars Hill Cemetery.
Well, you
and yeah, and what do you think about this? I got that. I was carrying a laptop around that graveyard, and I recorded that one on a laptop. You know, obviously didn't hear it until I got home, played it back and listened to it. But the weirdest thing about that is when I went home that night, I got sick as a dog. I ran a fever. It was just weird. It's like I got real sick. I was fine the next morning, but when I got home after, getting that EVP, I got sick as a dog. What do you think that was connected to that?
Yeah, it probably attached to you. That's probably what happened. And it just sucked you down, made you sick. Spirits will do that to you. They'll make your health just go down, and that's what happened to you. That's exactly what happened to you. 'Cause that don't make a bit of sense why it would. So, I mean, that's exactly what happened to you.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
But yeah, I mean, we got these little strobe lights that they touch. But my favorite thing is video equipment. Your cell phone right now. I'm just telling you right now. They've got an app on your cell phone right now. I got to look it up, see what it is.
Spiritus.
Yeah. Now, Spiritus is secondhand now. Take Spiritus.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, they've got one that will beat Spiritus hands down. Matter of fact, a lot of the TV shows are using this right now, and I've got it wrote down. I got to look at it, but it is awesome on your phone. These phones right here are so strong and so powerful. You'd be surprised what these phones can do.
Well, they're basically a computer in your pocket,
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And you're actually supposed to keep them within 3 millimeters away from your body too.
Well, I know that, but
The phone itself tells you in the settings to keep a 3 millimeter distance between you and your body because it creates cancer.
I know I'm going to die then.
Yeah, it says speak on speakerphone.
Because I keep mine in my pocket all the time, so I'm going to die. But yeah, just if we go somewhere, you'll say, I can give you all the toys you want. Throw them toys in the garbage. Take your phone, go in there in the pitch black dark. I'm going to tell you why. I've had my hat knocked off. I've had my beard pulled. I've had my shirt pulled back. You don't need all this stuff. I'm telling you, if it's haunted, it will show you 100%. You don't need a little light going on. And I've got all that stuff. And it's nice to watch. But I'm telling you now,
He said it's nice to watch.
here's one that you all would like. Say you've got your headset on. You've got it on. I go 2 rooms away. I ask the question. You can't hear it. and then the answer comes through the record. You see what I'm saying? You pick it up. It's called the Estes. It's called the Estes. And what it is, I may be, there's no way you can hear me ask the question. Like I say, what's your name? And you're sitting there and you're just in there quiet by yourself. And it says John. And you go, John. And you writing it down, John. And I may be in there and I ask another question. And it shows up and it comes up. And it's called the Estes way, is what it's called. And that right there works great too, because you don't know what I'm saying. Then we come back together and we know every question we ask, we got it. Boom, boom, boom. You got the answers and you've done picked the recorder. You've got it. And I don't know it's saying anything right now. You're picking it up and you're listening to it. And I'm just asking the question way down the hallway here. And you don't have a clue what I'm asking. It's coming across. Then we get back together and I tell you what I asked and boom, we got there. You got your answer. That's called the Estes. And that right there is one of the best things you can do too. It works great.
Right. And that kind of leads me into my next question. You know, if you get some evidence, I was going to ask you, what are some ways you know, debunk them or tell the difference between like a natural occurrence or a paranormal event? I was going to see what's some of your methods to debunking stuff.
Some I will go back to where it took place at, because I'll check before I leave. We'll go back. We'll have the same light, same dark. We will check. You know what I'm saying? We will reenact it to see if we get that same picture or we get that same thing. The voice thing, like a door opening or something like that. We'll go back and find out what door opened. We'll test it and see. It's just one of these things like detective work. Let's figure out, let's try this picture again. Let's see if we can get this, or can we do this? Same way when you take 3s and 5s with pictures. If it's an ever frame, I don't care what that phone's showing you, you don't have nothing. If you take 3 or 4 or 5, and boom, you got one in there. And well, I've got one I ain't never showed you all. We're training some coon dogs, and there's a coon in a cage, and we're taking pictures of dogs fight. When I get home, and there's a civil, it looks like a Confederate soldier standing back there, behind the cage. You can see his image standing back there while we're doing it. Probably an old coon hunter. He probably coon hunted that day. He was standing there. Was it a demon? Was it a what? I don't know. It was there, and I've got it on my phone where we took the picture. Didn't know it till I was looking at them dogs. I was looking at it, I said, what in the world? And you can see him standing. I'll send that one to you too. And that's what awesome get. Standing there, and it's behind that coon cage.
Right, right.
Now, see, that's another thing. Why was it there? Did it communicate? No. But here's another thing. There's something called residual hauntings.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about, the residual
Residual
thing.
hauntings. It's energy. Like the Civil War battlefield, you can see the same soldiers every night. Say at 9 o'clock, here they go marching. They don't talk. They don't communicate. They don't look at you. They just do the same thing. Come back at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Boom. Same thing again. It's like history. It's like a record player. It's called a residual haunt. A lot of people don't have a lot of. They don't have a lot of evidence. They don't have a lot of input on this because you can't communicate with it. It just does the same thing over and over. And you can have it in your house where you're sitting there every night at 10 o'clock. Some lady walks in front of you, turns, goes through the wall. Every night, 10:30, here she comes again. That's got a residual haunt. You don't communicate with it. You don't talk to it. Nobody has a lot of evidence on this thing. They like I said, it's just a residual haunt. They say it's the energy and where stuff bad took place. And it's like a record player. The energy and air, it just keeps playing over and over and over. So, it's neat to see. You go to a battlefield, like I was at a battlefield over in Franklin County at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm hearing cannon fire. I'm hearing gun muskets going off, pow, pow. And Cade was with me. They come boom. You can see the flashes, and you hear the cannon fire going off at 2 o'clock in the morning. Go to a battlefield, listen to all that stuff. You're actually hearing a war take place, and it's like a residual haunt. Just test it to a battlefield. You're gonna come back to me and say, "Wow, what did I just witness?" Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna say, "Wow."
Go ahead, Brent.
I just had a quick question for you, Larry, going into this. You said you were friends with a bishop or a priest. What would you say to some Catholics that would believe that ghosts could be souls in purgatory?
That's a good one.
You know, I'm not Catholic. I like Bishop Long. I don't believe the Catholic way.
Now, define what purgatory is. That's the state between worlds, right?
Yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about
so
in between here and hell, right?
well, so purgatory would be for souls that are going to heaven but need to be purified. They weren't purified.
No, I don't believe that at all. 100%. If you're going to heaven, you're going to heaven. I don't believe there's nothing to be purified, clean to it. If you're saved, that Bible says, Bible I know, because they don't, Catholics don't, I mean, I hope nobody's Catholic on here, but Catholics, they're not even Christians. I mean, don't get me wrong. They believe in worshiping Mary. They know who Jesus is. They believe in Jesus, but they don't worship Jesus. They worship Mary. Uh, Now, don't get me wrong. Some of these priests are very good exorcists. They use Jesus' name. They use Mary. They they're good at what they do. But I don't have the same that purgatory thing. I know what you're going there. I've heard that before. I do not believe that at all.
Now, I was indisposed. I am not
Yeah.
Catholic, but how do we know that this isn't already purgatory?
We don't.
Let's get philosophical.
We don't know. We really don't. We don't know. We don't. See, Travis always has to throw a cheek in the whole thing.
Like what if this is our second chance? Because God forgives, right? What if we ask forgiveness, but he's like, in order to give you a chance to prove yourself, I'm gonna wipe your mind and let you go into this one and see if you could do anything better.
Kind of like Groundhog Day, but on a religious scale.
Yes, and it's not the same day.
That was literally the premise of The Good Place.
Yeah.
Everything that I have seen the last few years, you know what? That I would not be. Listen, I wouldn't put nothing. I just wouldn't. Anything's possible until we die and we see it ourselves. Anything's possible. I mean, I don't have an answer to that because hey, you could be right. I mean,
Well,
Hey, that's why I'm
well,
crazy. That's why I'm crazy right now. Anybody that has any answers for me is dead. So, and the only way I'm ever going to get answers for what I struggle with is I got to be dead first, and by then it's too late.
yeah. Now, do I believe that way? Do I think you're right? No, but are they that hard out there that you could be right? Well, you could.
Me tell you why, honestly, and this was, I think me and Daniel were talking about this one night a long time ago. I think the reason people are so fascinated with ghosts and, life after death and stuff like that is they want to know that death is not the end.
right.
I think that's really why people want to believe in stuff like that. They want to believe their grandmother's talking to them because we all know we're going to die. And, I know I don't want to die, but I know it's going to happen. But I got to have some comfort to know that there's still something out there.
Right.
Well, and the human mind cannot comprehend forever.
No,
You're
And
dead, it's forever.
I've ghost hunted with a lot of people, and we've had a lot of conversations. And I've never had none of them come up and say that's the reason they do it at all. Never. That is the reason I do it. Uh, uh, that's not the reason I done it. And everyone I've ever been around, I've never heard one of them come up and say, "Hey, that's why we do it." I'm not saying there is not something like what you just said, but I have never ever come across anybody that's told me, "I want to know that there's an afterlife. I want to know. I've got to do this. I got to talk to somebody or this that." I've never come across that in the paranormal ever.
Well, I guess we can safely say this though. Whether whatever you have detected in your life are ghosts or demons, or like I said, whatever we want to call them, if you have detected something, then in my mind, that proves there's something after death. Because, first off, a religious, like we was talking about Catholics a while ago, I don't know enough about the Catholic religion to comment on that. But, as far as my religion, it tells me that there is life after death. But if you think about it, if what Larry said and he has detected stuff, and I've seen stuff myself, that tells you there is something that goes on after we die. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Catholicism is like the tree trunk, all right, and all the other faiths of Christianity, Baptist, Episcopalian, all that are the branches that form off of it. I mean, there wasn't any. It's supposed to be Christianity, and then there's different faiths, and then that just follows, like Paul, he was the Presbyterians. John the
Right.
Baptist, he was the Baptist. So they all had their own followers. It's the same root belief, but they have different subtle differences because it was different points of view. So you had your 12 disciples telling from their point of view, and that's what created the different faiths. It's still the same religion. It's just a different way of believing that same religion.
Well, I'm not saying Catholics are 100% wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just saying, like
I'm saying,
He's saying he's wrong. He's damn wrong. He's a damn liar.
listen, God uses them people. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Bishop Long is a great exorcist. I'm gonna tell you right now. He knows his stuff. There's some of them guys that they're absolutely great. I just don't believe in a lot of their beliefs that they do. I just don't. There's nothing in the Bible about worshiping Mary. Show her respect, yeah. But you know, and the nuns and all that stuff. I'll show them all respect. I respect all of them, but
now there was a girl that came to our high school when I was a junior, and she was from a different state. She was a Yankee. Either way, she was Catholic, and so I had questions because all I'd ever knew was Baptist. Because I was raised Baptist. And so I asked her, well, what's up with Mary? Not like I was trying to, hey, holler at Mary for me or nothing, but I was asked, why do y'all pray to Mary? And she said it was more of a comfort thing. Like women are more comfortable talking to women. So they talk to them, but they don't pray because that's what the priest is for. He asked for the forgiveness.
well, here's what we're getting at right now. You don't need to confess to a priest. It's what it is. You confess to a priest. Well, say 50 Hail Marys and you're forgiven. That's bullcrap. Yeah,
Yeah.
you confess to Jesus Christ and your sins are done. You don't confess to a priest, and that's
Right.
That,
But that's the differences of the faiths. You see what I'm saying? Like they think that you have to be ordained before you can have a direct conversation with God, and that's why. And that's the Catholic.
Oh no, I'm just listening.
But us, we're supposed to confess with your tongue to, to God, Jesus, ask for forgiveness yourself. Catholics is, pray to this dude with the collar and I'll be forgiven, so that's where, I don't believe that either, but it's because I was raised Baptist.
yeah.
Now,
See,
if I'd have been raised in the same town as old girl up in Ohio, now I might have been Catholic and be, thinking that all the Baptists are heathens,
I was raised like Corky. We're holy rollers.
Yeah, I was Pentecostal, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you still got the snake bites, son.
No.
Listen,
Don't put that on me. It ain't no snakes come around me. If you die, you don't believe. No, God gives me enough sense to not play with snakes. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, those people are idiots. They're stupid. That's just thou shalt not
Yeah.
tempt my God. They're idiots.
The good Lord told
Yeah.
me to handle that poisonous snake.
Yeah.
Now,
Those people are from Tellico, and I'll say that.
Hey, but speaking of religion, I don't understand. Like, if you win a basketball game, first thing you do, praise Jesus, praise God, thank God. But if you lose, they never say, well, the good Lord tripped me up at the foul line, or I would have got that. That never happens. Why is that?
What? You know what? When we coach in football, we lose. We're gonna say we're gonna have to pray like that. You're gonna come out and be the first to do it.
The good Lord made that ref throw that flag on the 3-yard line.
I told you to pass, don't run. I told you to pass.
Hey, listen, I would love to pass all over the place, and this off season, buddy, I'm gonna work on it. That's all I'm working on, because the running game we good on, and we'll praise whoever you want as long as it works. Okay, it's about the W's.
Daniel, you've been awful quiet tonight. You got anything to ask Larry before we wind this thing down?
Shoot, man, I'm just along for the ride tonight, man. I like it, and we've got a lot of people on here and a lot of different topics going, a lot of different conversation, and I'm just enjoying listening to what everybody has to say.
Well, let me say this. But, you know, we're talking about ghosts and we've got on some religion. Well, I think we've pretty much covered it all. What do you guys think? We went from ghosts to demons to, I think we've covered it all tonight.
Sounds like a normal episode for us.
Yeah, yeah. Larry, thanks for coming on, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll definitely do it again if that's all right with you, buddy.
I'm good anytime.
The unknown awakens, hear the echoes grow loud. We're diving deep, join the curious crowd. In the paranormal war room, we take flight, bringing the spooky vibes, shadows and light. With every beat, the legends we explore, unleashing the spirits, we're ready for more. Aliens striking down like thunder from the skies. Cryptids lurking near, in the darkness they rise. Paranormal tales that will twist your mind. Tune into the mystery, leave the norm behind. In the war room we fight, with the strange insight, unveiling truths in the paranormal war room. We take flight, bringing the spooky vibes, shadows and light. With every beat, the legends we explore, unleashing the spirits, we're ready for more. So hit that subscribe, don't be left in the dark. Join us in the war, let's make our mark.